of the Sacred Heart in the city. Okay, they are both seniors, and Alex actually is a former student from St. Agnes, so you can see you guys can really go places here. They've been working with a program. They're going to explain all about it. Okay, and it's, as you can see, about prosthetic hands and 3D printing. You're going to see all these great, fascinating things that have gone on in the project they've been working on. So I expect 100% your attention, okay, and you'll have an opportunity to ask questions later, so just hold that till the end, okay? All right, we're not talking.
So yeah, again, I'm Alex.
I'm Claire.
And we're going to do a presentation on Enable the Future, which is an organization that we're working with, and we're also going to be talking about prosthetic hands and 3D printing. So before we get started, do any of you know anything about prosthetics or 3D printing? Yes.
Oh, well, I know that it's like a plastic, right? Like that it's kind of like a printer that can make like three-dimensional figures.
That's good. Yeah. Anyone else? Anything you want to share? No? All right. So 3D printing is kind of a newer technology that we're exploring. It's a few years old. It's been used to make things such as sculptures, like this cool object here and those dinosaur heads. It's been used for things like fashion, so they're using it to make things like shoes. They're weaving it into textiles to make scarves and dresses that are completely customizable to fit a person's body. It's been used to print cars. That's a really cool thing. Even houses in China, they're printing houses for I think under $10,000. So they print the walls and the roofs, and then they just put it all together, and it's a fully functioning house. There are things like iPhone cases, and in our case, what we're going to talk about is medical equipment. So we have an example of a cochlear implant over there, which if you can't hear, you might get one which enables you to hear, and that one happens to be 3D printed.
So this is an example of what a 3D printer might look like. This is actually the one that we are currently using at our school, and it's called the MakerBot Replicator.
So these are two of our 3D printers at work. We have an older model and a new model that came out this year. They're all open so that you can see what's going on, and if anything happens to misprint, which sometimes things do, you can see it, you can stop the printer, correct it, and start printing again.
And that's actually an example of a misprint with our process.
So Enabling the Future is an organization. It's a nonprofit organization started a few years ago by a puppet maker in South Africa who was asked to make a hand for a child. They saw how his puppets worked with the tension and all of that stuff. So he partnered, I think it was a carpenter, and they made this hand for this little boy that didn't have a hand. And since then, it's just grown into this worldwide organization, and they've moved to 3D printing, and yeah, it's just a really great opportunity that we've had to work with.
Okay, so a bit about the cost. Traditional prosthetics can cost thousands of dollars, and they're not really effective with children because children are constantly growing and need a prosthetic hand once a year. But with Enable, these families can get the prosthetics for children completely free of cost. And the only person that would be spending any money would be the person producing the hand, because they can buy all the materials they need straight from Enable for about $50 to $150, which is a fraction of the traditional cost.
And the cost varies on the different hand models. It's for the material that's used to print, so that's called PLA. It's basically a plasticky material that's melted down in the printer, and it comes out at really hot temperatures, and it dries within like 0.2 seconds of hitting the air. So it's really hard, and it comes in spools, so you buy a lot at once. There are different colors, so there's that, and sometimes you need extra metal joints to make everything stick together and work. to a 60-year-old man for a custom one.
And April really does change lives because while Nathaniel and Isaac were born without part of their hand, Justin actually lost all four of his limbs after he became sick when he was 15. So he only really, his need is really only that year. He was born with all.
He lost parts of them. He lost a little bit of this side. We have photos of the boys. So this is Justin. He was hospitalized last year, and when he was hospitalized, some complications arose, and he had to have fingers on both his hands amputated, some of his fingers, and he lost both of his legs. So his legs are medical grade prosthetics, just because there's so much weight that's put on legs that these 3D printed, if they were to be 3D printed, it would just be a little bit too heavy for them to withstand. But we did make him both hands. They were red and black with a stylus attachment so he could use his iPad. Then we have Isaac, who's 6 years old. He really loves Legos, so we added a Lego attachment to the back of his hand. And we actually made him his own Lego with a blue hand because he likes blue. So the Lego looks like him. And then the last boy is Nathaniel. Nathaniel's also 6, and he needed a right hand because he was missing some of his fingers. He had his own thumb, so some of these children do have thumbs, some don't, and when they don't, we just add a thumb attachment to their hands. The cool thing about Nathaniel is that he actually came to our school to pick up his hand, so we got to see him use it for the first time. I got to give him one of the first high fives he's given with his new hand, which was really great. And there he is playing, using his hand for the first time, I think that was. He's picking something up on the desk. It looks like a 3D printed hammer that we have. And his was X-Men themed, so it had Wolverine claw attachments that pop on and off depending on if he wants to wear them or if he's going out to play. Then he can just take them off and they won't hurt anybody.
You can see on the hands going around where his wrist would go is actually the X-Men symbol. So you can really just personalize every part of the hand.
That was our first design. So this semester, we signed up to make another hand for our independent project. We've done a plethora of things, but Enable really called to us, so we decided to make another one. So we were paired with an 8-year-old boy named Alex. Alex was born without most of the fingers on his left hand. You'll see a photo of his hand in a second. And he requested a different style of hand called the Cyborg Beast. So it's a little bit different, and that is this hand. It's currently in the works, which is why there's so many strings. We're going to finish it this week and hopefully send it off to him. And he really loved the color red, and he loves Transformers. So we gave him a mainly red different parts of the hand moves.
And since there aren't any computerized parts, that's really what helps keep the cost really low.
And this is a great thing because everyone who gets this design has a wrist with mobility. So when they put their wrist forward, these will all be screwed in place when we send it off. So as soon as he puts his wrist forward, the hand moves down a little bit, and the tension lines make it close. So when you want to pick something up, you put it down, you move your wrist down, fingers will all close, and you will be able to grab whatever it is you want to pick up, whether it's a ball, a water glass, even the handle of a bicycle.
So it really gives you full
So yeah. Do you guys have any questions? I don't know if you want to ask them. Another cool thing that I found out recently is that 3D printing is now going to be used to make food. So I guess they're going to either dissect food, or they're going to have like the basis of food and they're going to put it in the printers and they're going to program them to make food. So that's another really cool thing that they're going to be doing. Yes.
How long does it take to like print something?
In total, it takes about a day to print a hand. The different pieces can range anywhere from 8 hours, which I think either the gauntlet or the palm, or maybe 2 or 3 hours for the different fingers. So it really depends on what you're making. Other things, if you're making an iPhone case, for example, might take a few hours, but the bigger it gets, obviously, the longer it's going to take.
It really depends on the scale of your project.
Any other questions? Anything about prosthetics, Enable, 3D printing, anything really? We're here to answer. Yes.
So then the object is really large, like you said, 3D printing for a house, and how big is the printer?
It's not necessarily a big printer, it's more the arm, that piece that was moving. It's more that, I think suspended, and it just prints pretty much like a normal 3D printer does. And
Because the house would be printed in parts, so like you print the wall first, or like particular roof shingles, you print those individually and then construct the house afterwards.
yeah, and none of these are necessarily medical grade, again, because medical grade prosthetics are so hard for children to use. They're big, they're kind of scary looking, they're heavy, so these make the transition into prosthetics a lot easier for a lot of kids. Just because it's much more comfortable, it's lighter, it's their favorite colors, it's their favorite themes, so it's just a really nice alternative.
So is this an elective that you took at Sacred Heart, or?
Yes, this is the first year that the course is offered, so we both signed up for it, and
The first 3 children were class projects, so it was just like Sacred Heart kind of kickstarting working with Enable. So the first 3, so Justin, Isaac, and Nathaniel, were worked like a whole algebra class to work on, and then afterwards, if a student is passionate, they can sign up for an independent project. So that's what Alex did.
And for example, when we're both going to college next year, so this is something that hopefully our colleges will have the 3D printers, so we'll be able to continue this and keep making hands, and hopefully inspire others to do the same thing. And this is actually going to be a permanent part of the engineering course at Sacred Heart. They're also bringing it to different math classes, and the teachers are also making some of their own hands.
So Nathaniel and Isaac and Justin, they'll all get hands from Sacred Heart next year.
We'll just keep resizing up as the children grow up, or unless they switch to a different kind of prosthetic. But as long as they need us, we'll be here. We'll be here. Yes.
Have you ever made a leg?
We have not made legs. Legs are a little bit harder to make just because everyone's body weight pretty much sits directly on their legs. So this isn't quite strong enough to use for a leg, but it's great for hands because not a lot of direct pressure is being put on the hands. And even with these, the child can do things like throw a ball, cut a jaws, anything. But like things like monkey bars are not so feasible just because they'd have to suspend their body weight from it, and the hand would either slip off or it would just, it might break. And that's something that we don't want to happen.
Have you found the program to inspire you guys to like continue this, whether engineering or in the future helping others in some way?
I know that I personally want to take engineering in college, and so I hope that I'll be able to, if my college has access to a 3D printer, continue with Enable. That's just something that I'd love to do.
Yeah, and for example, I want to be a veterinarian, so hopefully the 3D printing is something ago, they actually made 3D prosthetics for a dog. So the dog didn't have working front legs, so they had these really cool little attachments that they strapped to his legs, and now he's running off like any other dog. So hopefully, or not hopefully, I mean, at this rate, it's going to be used in a multitude of different medical professions, everyday lives. It's just really becoming something that's a lot more popular in today's culture too.
If we were interested in getting involved in a program like this, how would we go about doing that?
There's a website, enablingthefuture.org, and then you can actually click on the tab that says Get Involved. So you can sign up as a group or individually to make these hands. So you just put in your information, and I think it's through a Google networking site. They'll send you the information of the child or the adult that needs the hand, and you'll just send them an email, or you'll get together with them if they're local and kind of plan out what's going to happen.
And even if you don't, like yourself, have a 3D printer, there are thousands of websites that Alex and I found that can pair you with 3D printer in your area.
There are also kind of places like kind of like internet cafes. I know those aren't super popular now, but they're basically hubs where they have multiple 3D printers. So if there's one in your area, you can go there and usually either rent out the printer or use it for free. Yes.
You know, like in one of those features you said you printed a car. Was that like a drivable car or just like a plastic?
The outside is 3D printed, but the inside is all mechanical. So yeah, it works. There have been a couple of those printed, kind of as test runs. But yeah, 3D printed cars could definitely be a thing of the future.
This might be an interesting fundraiser for next year. Do you have that, like a donate link? Is that how you have your funding?
We have it built into the curriculum. So we have some...
No, but in Enable itself, on their website, is there like a donation portion?
Yes. If you wanted to give funds to the organization, you can. You don't have the printer. Yeah, definitely. Because that just allows someone else who maybe wants to make a hand but doesn't have or needs to buy the parts. It allows them to make the hand for someone. Yes.
Could you only like print the hand? Is there like a possible way to do like, say someone has like their arm cut off from here? Could they like print the arm?
Definitely. There are a multitude of different styles depending on what the person needs. So, for example, there's a style where if you just need 2 fingers, you can print 2 fingers for the person and it will just go over. And there are also the more arm, the bigger the amount of arm that you lose, I think the more mechanical it gets. But you can lose up to, I think, a shoulder, like a whole arm, and still get 3D printed hand. Arm, I guess. But yeah.
You guys, really, the whole point, not necessarily getting involved with like a program like this, but it's to really think outside the box, and you know, we are all very lucky to you know, have everything we have that we could give to other people in a different way, and these girls that have been really grateful, and we're so thankful for them to show us how they are giving and paying it forward, and maybe inspiring you guys down in your career paths or in high school and college, and post that. How can you give to society and give to other people something that they might not have, or something that we might take for granted for?
Yeah, the possibilities really are endless with the 3D printers. There's talk that there's potential to build 3D printed organs for medical uses. So transplant line wait lists would be a lot shorter. There's the limbs, and as the technology grows, I'm sure the material is going to get a lot stronger, so maybe that'll be used for more things. It's just really kind of universal instrument that we have that we're looking to use in the future.
Any other questions? Comments?
At the end, if you guys want to come up when you're leaving, you can see how this one works. Give it a little test run too.
Thank you so much, girls. Thanks.